I'm the king of the jungle, they call me Tiger Man. I'm the king of the jungle, they call me Tiger Man.
Something that I believe in is important for our country, and I write God Bless USA. I worked alongside of Elvis at the Hilton Hotel.
Wow.
I would go and watch Elvis perform. His closer, you may or may not remember because you're quite young, was the trilogy. And the trilogy, as shown in the motion picture of Elvis, closed with the Battle Hymn of the Republic. I was even dealing cards in the casino at the Tropicana at the time. When I saw Elvis do his trilogy and how the audience responded, I said, if I ever get my career, not knowing it's coming within 3 years, I'm going to do the trilogy as my closer.
Wow.
Because Elvis was no more. I now have a platform to release something that I believe in is important for our country, and I write God Bless USA.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
So I found this story very interesting. I remember this song being really popular when I was a kid and just being very inspired and, got that patriotic feeling whenever I would hear it. Well, I didn't know that this song was actually released in 1984 because I remember hearing this song on the radio in the early 90s. But to find out Lee Greenwood was an Elvis fan is really no surprise because literally everybody is an Elvis fan or has been inspired by Elvis at some point. But I am surprised to find out that Lee Greenwood actually worked, he said, close by or beside Elvis. And I'm thinking, singing what? Well, Lee Greenwood started a band in 1962. He had some success. The band broke up a little later and he did some singing, but by 1970 or the 70s, he was on his own and he worked as a car dealer, blackjack dealer in Vegas in the 70s. And I assumed that, and he would sing at night. So he would do that during the day and then sing at night. And I believe that's when he was working alongside Elvis, obviously, at the International or Hilton Hotel. And, I don't know if he said working alongside Elvis. I'm thinking he probably just did that and just attended his shows, not actually worked with him. But he worked in close proximity. He talks about the crowd reaction to American Trilogy, and that's one of the reasons why Elvis actually recorded and released the song, because of the way the crowd reacted. It's a very emotional song, and it leads up to the climax where he sings, just sings his heart out and belts it out that last number with the orchestra and the singers all coming in there for the end. The surprising thing is that when Elvis did record this song, it wasn't one of the better versions. He recorded it in Vegas, and it didn't actually do so well on the charts, sort of like a letdown with I'm Leavin'. He thought I'm Leavin' would do very well on the charts. But this song was a highlight of his live shows, and I find this pretty interesting. Now, Lee Greenwood says that this was Elvis's closer. He never closed it, but it was probably such a grand finale that everything Elvis performed after the songs kind of seemed like, a wrap up. We know he closed with Can't Help Falling in Love, but this was probably the closer in his mind. Well, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll talk to you next time.